Gummigoo is one of the coolest new characters to come from the latest episode of the Amazing Digital Circus, which is why I decided to add him and the rest of the Candy Canyon Kingdom into Minecraft. Now, for the next 100 days, I'll be surviving as Gummigoo, pulling off explosive heists and making great escapes as I encounter all of the members of the Digital Circus and transform into even bigger and more powerful forms. Will I be able to overcome the odds and defeat the Fudge, or will I get deleted from the circus? You'll have to watch until the end to find out. On day 1, I spawned in as baby Gummigoo with my friends, Max and Chad. My mom and dad were watching over me, overjoyed that I was now a part of the village.
Welcome home, son.
You look so handsome with your little hat.
Mom, come on, I'm with my friends. Suddenly, the ground trembled around us and a terrifying mass of chocolate goo emerged from the chocolate river. We were being attacked by the Fudge.
What's this? A little candy village? If Princess Lulu won't let me into the Candy Canyon Kingdom, then this place will just have to do.
The Fudge began to attack my people, killing and swallowing up one gummy crocodile after another. Oh no, this is terrible! He then turned towards my mom and I, but before he could get his tendrils on us, my dad jumped in and intervened.
Leave my family alone!
Using his revolvers, my dad fired a flurry of bullets onto the Fudge. However, his attacks weren't enough to stop the monstrous blob from squashing him next. Dad, no!
We have to run. Hurry, boys.
I tried to escape with my mom and friends, but it wasn't long before the Fudge set his sights on us again.
Come back here!
The Fudge smashed through the village and launched a ball of fudge straight towards us, but my mom jumped in to take the blow. She survived, but I could tell something was terribly wrong. Mom, are you okay?
I'm fine. Keep running.
We all continued to run before the Fudge had the chance to finish us off for good. On day 2, Max, Chad, and I took my mom to cover behind a giant donut as the Fudge continued his hunt for us. With one look at my mom, I could tell she was gravely ill. What did that monster do to you? We have to help.
We don't have much at the village, but maybe the syrup from the Candy Canyon Kingdom could help me.
It's worth a shot. Looks like we're going on a heist, boys. Thinking quickly, we carved into a nearby donut to create a makeshift shelter to protect my mom. We then set off together towards the Candy Canyon Kingdom in search of the magical syrup. After some travel, we finally arrived at the massive kingdom, only to find that the gates were being guarded by a massive gummy elephant alongside Princess Lulu-Lalu's mannequin army. They couldn't make it too easy for us. We'll need to find another way in.
How are we gonna get inside with the castle surrounded by this molten chocolate moat?
Oh, I know. There's a spot around back where the motor's lower. We can just walk across.
Good thinking, Chad. We just need to get over there without being spotted. My friends and I tried to stealth around the perimeter of the castle walls, taking cover in the trees to stay hidden from the mannequin guards. When we reached the back of the castle, there was a small land bridge across with a weak part of the wall. Hiding behind a corner was a strange garden gnome. What is this doing here?
Well, that's one of them Easter eggs I've been hearing about.
Easter eggs?
Yeah, there's probably more of them around. They're well hidden, so they can be hard to spot sometimes.
There should be 5 more of them. Try to find all of them and leave a comment if you did.
Who are you guys talking to? We have to move. Let's break through this wall. Using our combined power, my friends and I broke through the wall. But to our horror, Princess Lulu-Lalu was standing on the other side.
Bandits! Capture them, guards!
The princess's guards came bolting after us, and we all made a break for it into the castle. On day 3, we were being chased by mannequin guards into the castle. The 3 of us darted through the halls to avoid our pursuers until we finally arrived at the syrup supply room. Quick, everyone hide inside the syrup! The 3 of us dove into the syrup storage container, only for an intense sensation to come over our bodies. My friends and I all transformed into adults, gaining 5 more hearts and new powers.
What just happened?
I don't know, but this is awesome!
Suddenly, the guards were seen approaching the room. We were out of time. I'll hold these guys off. You both prepare a way to haul his stuff out of here.
Roger.
Chad and Max got to work, while I used my strength to fend off the incoming guards. Armed with my new Gummy Chomp attack, I was no longer defenseless. I used my power to fight off the hordes of enemies, but even though I was able to defeat them, more reinforcements were on the way.
The tank is drained. Take this and let's get out of here.
I grabbed the giant barrel of syrup and put it in my inventory. The 3 of us rushed towards the walls where Max had rigged some TNT already. We ignited it, blowing up the walls and escaping with the syrup barrel in my possession. Time to save my mom. Just as we thought we had made it out, a group of strangers stopped us in our tracks. Looks like we have company, boys. On days 4 through 7, our heist was interrupted by a group of people we had never seen before.
All right, you're all coming with us.
What makes you think we'll listen to you?
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't.
Without warning, the purple rabbit attacked me. I tried to fend him off with my upgraded strength, but he was quick on his feet and landed a mean punch. Just as I thought I was about to be bested, Max intervened, helping me knock the enemy away.
Let's get out of here.
The three of us ran through the group and made a run for the hills. We're gonna make it!
Oh, no, you don't. Get him, Pomni.
Wait, what? No!
The rabbit hit his clown friend, sending her flying our direction. Huh? The clown crashed into me with enough force to send me clipping through the floor and falling through the map. On days 8 through 10, I landed inside of a strange digital realm I had never seen before. Where am I? I began exploring the area until I found a location where characters were standing in a line like statues. Hey, this is me and my friends. What is this place? I looked behind me and spotted a letter lying on the ground. I then picked it up and began to read what was inside. There is more beyond just the Candy Canyon Kingdom, and at the center of it all is the Digital Circus. Entities that reside outside of the circus are known as NPCs. They're lesser beings. If an NPC explores the realm outside of the kingdom and gathers all 6 candy relics, they will obtain ultimate power and become a main character. I'm an NPC? But our lives are just as important as anyone else's. I'll find those relics, get the power of a main character, and save my village from the Fudge. Just then, I heard the sound of something closing in behind me. I turned around and saw I was being ambushed by digital entities. On days 11 through 14, I was defending myself from the menacing digital monsters. They were beginning to overpower me, but just as I thought I was done for, the clown from before intervened.
Leave him alone!
Using her firecracker powers, the girl helped me fight off the enemies until none of them remained. Why'd you help me? Weren't you one of those people trying to stop me earlier?
Because you seem like a good person. I'm sure there was a reason why you stole that syrup in the first place.
My village is in trouble, and I think finding this so-called circus and the candy relics inside are what I need to save it.
Did you say circus? That's where I'm from. My name's Pomni. If the circus is the key to saving your village, I'll help you find it.
I followed Pomni through the digital realm, trying to ignore all of the lifeless assets surrounding us. Eventually, we both discovered a portal waiting for us. Does this go where I think it does?
There's only one way to find out.
With nowhere else to go, we walked towards the portal and passed right through it. When we emerged on the other side, we had arrived inside of the circus.
We made it. Now we just need to watch out for Kane.
Who's Kane? Just then, a ringmaster appeared before us out of thin air.
Pomni, you're back early. Uh-oh, looks like one of the NPCs got out. Time to lock this place down.
Suddenly, Kane used his magic powers to make the portal behind us disappear.
Sit tight, Candy Critter. Soon this will all have been just a bad dream.
Before Kane could hurt me, Pomni launched a barrage of fireworks to distract him.
Hide!
On days 15 through 17, I ran into a hiding spot as Pomni continued to keep Kane occupied. She couldn't keep it up for long as he teleported Pomni out of his way.
What was that for? Now I have to look for the runaway.
The terrifying ringmaster began to scour the circus for me, and I took my chance to search for an exit. Eventually, I found a strange door, and I figured it was my best bet out of here. All right, Gummigoo, you've got one shot at this. I trekked closer and closer towards it, but before I could reach my goal, Kane appeared in front of me.
There you are, you rascal.
He unleashed a laser attack at me, but I was able to narrowly dodge it and run. Kane chased behind and fired more attacks at me, his overwhelming power pushing me more and more to my limits. Things were looking grim until I heard Pomni call out to me.
Over here!
I followed the sound of her voice and found her standing next to a strange passage in the ground.
I'll keep him away. Good luck.
Without warning, Pomni pushed me into a weird pit, sending me falling into the unknown. On days 18 through 21, I landed at the bottom of the pit to find myself in another part of the circus. Standing before me was the first candy relic. There it is! I made my way towards it, but before I could get my hands on it, the glowing queen slithered out from around the corner.
That's my precious candy. You can't have it.
She came after me, and I braced myself for battle. The glowing queen used her larger size to her advantage, trying to squash me with her stomp attack. Hasn't your mom taught you to share?
No, everything here is mine.
She continued to chase me while trying to eat me in the process. At this rate, I knew I wouldn't win, but I noticed a weak point in the wall and got an idea. Hey, Over here, ugly!
That's no way to speak to royalty.
I lured the queen towards the weak wall, and I jumped out of the way as she charged into it. She collided with the wall with massive force and became dazed temporarily, buying me just enough time to go for the relic. That relic is mine! I snagged my prize, causing my form to change once again. I grew bigger and stronger in size, as well as gained 5 more hearts and 2 revolver weapons. Armed with my new guns, I shot down the glowing queen, defeating her once and for all. 1 down, 5 more to go. Just then, Pomni ran into the room.
I'm so glad you're okay, but we need to hurry. Jax was able to capture your friends.
Oh no! Please, take me to them! I then followed Pomni out of the cave and back up towards the circus. On days 22 through 25, Pomni and I returned to the circus the way we came. She then led me to a portal back to the Candy Canyon Kingdom. When I arrived there, I found Max and Chad trapped in a cage. Standing before both of them was Princess Lulilalu and the other members of the Digital Circus.
Thank you for apprehending the bandits, brave warriors. Now we can begin the execution.
Execution? I knew that things would only get worse if I did nothing, so I ran in to intervene. Leave my friends alone!
Gummigoo, we're so glad to see you.
You dare to come back? You'll be executed too. Get him, guards!
Her guards then swarmed in on me from the castle. Before they could close in though, the ground began to tremble around the Candy Canyon Kingdom.
What's happening?
Suddenly, a towering monstrous form smashed through the wall of the kingdom. It was the Fudge.
Oh, finally, I'm free to eat the whole delicious kingdom.
He barreled towards us to begin his attack. On days 26 through 28, the circus crew ran for their lives and the Fudge began terrorizing the kingdom. His hunger was insatiable, and he used his immeasurable power to consume everything around him. The guards tried to stand against him, but he swallowed them up like they were snacks.
It was so rude of you to banish me from the kingdom, all for eating a few tasty townsfolk. Now I'm hungrier than ever.
With every guard he consumed, he seemed to grow stronger and stronger. The Fudge had thrown everything into chaos. But while things were out of control like this, I had a chance to save my friends. Enough dilly-dallying. Let's get out of here. I used my guns to blast apart the cage and free Max and Chad from their prison.
Thanks, mate. I was going stir-crazy in there.
You can thank me later. We gotta run. With both of my friends free, we fled the kingdom together. Once we had put some distance between us and the Fudge, we found some cover.
Crikey, that was close. You saved our hides back there, Gummy.
You sure did. You still have the syrup?
You bet I do. Now let's get this back to Mom before things get even worse. The 3 of us left the area, hoping it wasn't too late to save her. On days 29 through 32, we got back to the village only to find that the place was in ruins. There was chocolate fudge everywhere and there was no survivors.
Oh no, the Fudge's attack totally destroyed the place.
But we can't give up. Please hang in there a little longer, Mom. I'm coming for you. I navigated past the ruined village and into the donut lands until I reached the shelter I had built for my mom. To my relief, she was still inside. Mom? Are you okay?
Gummigoo? I'm glad you're here, son, but I'm feeling weak.
It's okay. Drink this. I gave her some syrup and she drank it slowly. Although it caused her to heal up a little, it was not enough to cure her.
I don't think it worked.
Thank you for trying, dear. But I think we have to search for something strong enough to defeat the Fudge if we're to rid my body of his curse.
That's right. We have to find the candy relics.
You know about those? Then please, take this map. The next relic should be sealed inside the candy corn jungle. Oh, you've grown up so much already. Your father would be proud.
I love you, Mom. Guys, you two think you could look after her while I go look for those?
No questions asked, mate. Good luck.
I took the map and set off while Max and Chad stayed behind to watch over my sick mother. On days 33 through 35, I arrived at the location on the map. I had been led to the candy corn jungle. Mom said the next relic is hiding somewhere around here. I better get searching. I scoured the candy corn jungle for the relic, but was unable to find anything. Suddenly, I heard something shuffling in the lollipop trees around me. Who goes there? I didn't hesitate and turned, firing my weapon into the lollipop trees. This caused a candy monkey to fall down before me. The call of this candy monkey caused more shuffling sounds to come from the trees above. That's when a horde of candy monkeys dropped down and came after me. I used my new powers to fight them off. They were bloodthirsty, but I was much stronger and was able to take them down one after the other. You can't stop me! Out of nowhere, a massive candy monkey dropped down behind me.
Intruders will die!
He attacked me and immediately overpowered me. His strength was far greater than my own. I turned and ran through the woods to try and escape as the massive candy monkey charged after me. He was fast, and I could feel him gaining on me with every passing second. I thought I was gonna get caught until I spotted a nearby temple in the distance. Knowing that the massive candy monkey would rip me apart if he caught me, I jumped inside the temple to take cover. On days 36 to 39, I entered the temple to find the second candy relic sitting on the other side of a pit of lava. This looks dangerous, but I can't leave without that relic. I used the candy platforms floating on the lava to begin jumping across the pit. As I approached the other side of the pit, I realized that the heat of the lava was breaking the platforms apart. Who thought candy and lava would mix well together? I moved faster, platforming my way to the other side as quickly as I could as the candy platforms broke apart behind me. The final platform I had to jump to was as thin as a candy cane. If I misstepped at all, I would fall into the lava. Here goes nothing. Luckily, I managed to make the jump and land on the other side of the pit. I had reached the relic. Without hesitation, I grabbed it. I gained 5 hearts and new powers. One step closer to saving Mom. Despite this victory, I felt the room begin to tremble around me. I looked at the pedestal the relic had been sitting on and saw that there was a pressure plate before it. I had set off a trap. This place is coming down. I have to get out of here. I couldn't go back the way I came, so I ran deeper into the temple in hopes of finding a way out. On days 40 through 43, I was running for my life as the candy temple collapsed around me. I evaded incoming rubble, scraping side to side as I ran to avoid the debris that fell from the ceiling. I saw an exit up ahead and picked up the pace, running straight for it, but a large chunk of rubble fell in front of me, blocking my path. Out of my way! I used my newly acquired dynamite powers to blast through the blockage and clear my path. This allowed me to keep moving. I managed to escape the temple just as it collapsed entirely behind me. There was now nothing left of it but rubble. Sheesh! Everything here wants to kill me! Just then, I noticed something sticking out of the rubble. I investigated and found that it was some kind of map. I picked it up and saw that it was titled Candy Relic. Is this another clue? Lucky! I left the temple behind, following the directions on the map. Eventually, it led me to discover a portal. Another one? Well, here goes nothing. I passed through it, and when I emerged on the other side, I found a giant theme park that was near the circus. The next candy relic must be hidden in here somewhere. Just then, I spotted Kane flying through the sky nearby. I couldn't let him see me, so I scrambled to find somewhere to hide. On days 44 through 46, I managed to find a hiding place to take cover from Kane. Fortunately, I was well hidden, and he didn't spot me yet. I gotta lay low. I can't risk him finding me. I had to stay out of Kane's sight while still searching for the relic, so I began stealthing around the amusement park to avoid him. As I made it to another hiding spot, I found that Zooble was already there.
What's an NPC doing here?
Ah! Please don't tell Kane! I just came for the candy relic.
Jeez, calm down. I don't really care what you're up to. And if it's candy you're looking for, I saw Jax messing with a candy something or other by the roller coaster.
That's actually really good to know. Thanks, Zoo.
I don't really care.
I made my way to the roller coaster and saw Jax next to it. He was messing with the next candy relic just like Zooble said. I tried to sneak towards it and grab it without him noticing, but once I got close, he turned around and spotted me.
You! I wanted to see an execution, you loser. You just had to go and ruin it by getting your 2 friends out of there, huh?
The Fudge terrorized the whole city. He probably executed like 100 people. What more could you want?
No, he ate them. I wanted an execution. And if you're gonna be a smart aleck about it, then I'll just do it myself.
He grabbed the relic, causing him to transform into a stronger form. I didn't have time to react as he charged at me. On days 47 to 50, I was fighting the empowered Jax. He was armed with 2 massive hammers. Every time he landed a hit with them, he dealt major damage. I fought back with my own powers, but his empowered form was able to take everything I threw at it. The relic had made him too strong.
Giving up already, huh? Come on, at least make this a little interesting, man.
Whatever you say. I hit Jax with my dynamite attack aimed right at his feet. While he stumbled, it gave me an amazing idea on how to end this once and for all. I quickly climbed onto the track of the roller coaster and started to climb.
Get back here!
He chased after me, but he didn't expect me to ride up the ramp on a cart. Look out below!
I didn't think this one through.
I crashed into him with the roller coaster, knocking him back and causing him to drop the relic and return to his normal form.
Ah, Wow, do you enjoy being a buzzkill or something?
I grabbed the relic and powered up, gaining 5 hearts and new powers. Any last words?
Last words? You really don't know me at all. Kane! Found the NPC!
Without warning, Kane appeared behind me.
Thanks, Jax. I'll take good care of him.
What? No! Before I knew what was happening, he made me vanish into thin air. On days 51 to 54, I appeared in a cage surrounded by other NPCs like me. I knew I had to get out of here. My mom was still waiting for me. You there, where am I?
The NPC storage room. Kane keeps us here until he needs to use us for one of his adventures.
So you're NPCs just like me?
That's right. Although he tends to just make new characters, so most of us have been here for a long time.
I don't have that luxury. My mom and friends need me now.
Well, we've been down here for quite a while, and none of us have been able to get out.
Surely there's a way.
Well, there was this one guy that got out, but Kane got to him quick and deleted him from existence.
That's terrible. I'll have to start looking for a better way to get everyone out. I looked around the room, trying to think of a way to escape when I suddenly spotted a button on the wall. That's when an idea popped into my head. I'll shoot my way out of here. I fired the bullet and it was a clean shot, nailing the button. The cage then crumbled, freeing all of the NPCs within my prison cell.
You actually broke us out of here? But we're just NPCs. Where will we go now? Kane is gonna find out all about this and hunt us down.
NPC or not, our lives have value. Now free the rest of the NPCs and run before Kane finds us.
Will do. Thank you.
The NPC then ran off to free the rest of the prisoners, and I split off to find my own way out. On days 55 to 57, I was roaming the depths of the storage area when I heard Kane approaching. I need to find a way out of here, quick! I then turned a corner and spotted an exit door. There's my way out. I made a break for it, but just before I could run through, it shut in front of me. Looks like there are safety measures in place. I'm gonna have to move quick. I spotted another exit and ran for it, but it shut before me too. Surely there's another one somewhere. I quickly ran around the area and spotted one last door. I ran as fast as I could, knowing that this was my last chance to escape. Just before I was able to run through the exit, I heard a scream for help. I could hear someone calling for help, but I was running low on time. Every second I spent in here, Mom's condition could be growing worse. I have to leave now, but I can't.
Someone! Anyone!
No, I can't turn my back on someone in trouble. Hang on, I'm coming. I followed the screams and eventually came across the NPC from before, pinned under a heavy chunk of rubble.
Please help me. I can't move.
I'll get you out. I called upon the strength I had and unleashed a dynamite attack into the rubble, destroying it and freeing the NPC.
Thanks again. I managed to get the others freed, but I accidentally set off a trap and got left behind.
A trap? Who would be leaving traps down here in this barren wasteland?
Kane set them up in case of scenarios like this. Unfortunately, I was a victim and almost got stuck here.
Well, you're free now. Get out of here. They ran away and I made my way back to the door. But before I could make my escape, Kane appeared in front of me. I had been caught. On days 58 through 61, I was face to face with Kane.
Well, looky here. Looks like I caught the little troublemaker. Really love your spirit, but on account of all the problems you've caused, I'm afraid I'll have to get rid of you.
No, please wait. Before Kane could delete me, however, a Fudge monster closed in overhead.
What in the name of the circus are you?
The monster attacked Kane and he quickly sprung into action, fighting back against it. I helped him fight off the beast, knowing full well that this had to be the work of the Fudge. With Kane's magic energy and my good old-fashioned dynamite, we both stood a chance against the beast. Together, we were able to take it down. But once we did, Kane started looking around like he was feeling uneasy.
Something is very wrong. You, come with me.
Kane then used his powers to create another doorway out of here. What? So you can try and delete me again?
Oh, that's ancient history. You should really be focusing on what's important right now, you know?
I followed Kane through the door and into another room with a zoo. What I saw was that all the animals had been turned into Fudge. The zebras were Fudge, the cows were Fudge, and even the pigs were Fudge.
Not my precious animals! What's going on here?
The Fudge. His power must be spreading to the circus too. Just then, I looked further in to see mini versions of the Fudge running around the zoo.
You, go to the lion exhibit and grab the candy relic from there. I'll take care of these Fudge guys.
I accepted Kane's request and headed for the lion exhibit while Kane fended off the Fudge monsters. On days 62 to 64, I was running towards the lion exhibit to grab the next relic. When I arrived, I saw that the relic was sitting on a pedestal under a tree. However, the Fudge had also infected the lion, who had now been turned into a Fudge lion. He looks like he's sleeping. I better stay sharp. and out of his reach. I snuck into the exhibit and made a break for the relic, hoping the lion would not spot me before I reached it. Unfortunately, just when I was about to grab the relic, the lion woke up. He quickly lunged towards me, ready to strike me down. I managed to evade its attacks, but the lion was ruthless and kept attacking. I hopped on the tree and fought back with my dynamite explosives to try and keep it away from me. Eventually, I put enough distance between us to where I had enough time to grab the relic. As I touched it, I gained 5 hearts and a new candy breath power. Let's see you sink your teeth into this! I used my new powers that the relic had granted me to slay the Fudge lion. As the lion fell, Cain appeared before me.
Not bad. I have to say you're the most useful NPC I've ever made. Probably thanks to that new AI I was trying out. I'll tell you what, since I'm feeling generous, you can stick around for now. Enjoy the circus!
Cain vanished into thin air once again, leaving me with access to the entire circus. That guy's off his rocker. But if he's leaving me alone now, then at least my quest should be a little easier. With the rest of the circus to explore, I continued searching for more relics. On days 65 to 67, I emerged back at the circus, keeping a sharp eye out for the next candy relic. I now have full reign of the circus. I wonder where I should go first. I navigated the circus further, making my way to the dorms of the main characters. I wonder what it's like inside one of these rooms. I opened one of the doors at random. Once I did, I realized that it was Kaufmo's room. The walls inside had unnerving text scrawled all over them. Whoever lives here needs serious help. I shut the door, disturbed by what I had seen, and continued on without a word. Continuing through the circus, I eventually came upon an arcade. Whoa, this feels like a real throwback. I explored the arcade and got absorbed in all the games and bright colors. One particular cabinet caught my attention with a sign beside it. If it's a relic you seek, then take a peek. A peek? Is it linked to this game somehow? I turned on the cabinet, but I suddenly found myself surrounded by some kind of strange magical energy. Before I could do anything, I was sucked into the game. On days 68 to 72, I appeared inside of a game level where a platforming challenge was laid out before me. I was standing on a platform over a pit of water. I looked at the corner of the room and saw a lives counter on the wall. All I had was 3 lives. I must have been sucked inside of the game. How am I gonna get out of here? I peered over the edge of the platform down at the water. I decided to jump down, hoping I could swim through it. But when I hit it, I was teleported back to the beginning of the platform challenge. I looked up and realized that one of my lives was gone. I don't want to find out what happens when they hit 0. Looks like I'm playing this level. I jumped from one platform to the next with ease. Eventually, I landed on a platform which turned out to be made of ice. The lack of friction caused me to slide forward and slip off the platform. I fell into the water and lost my second life. I only had 1 left. This is my last shot. I better not mess it up. I tried the platforming challenge again, quickly making my way back to the platform before the icy one. This time I was ready and accounted for the slipperiness when I jumped onto it. As I slid forward, I jumped as I reached the edge of the platform and landed on the other side of the pit. I had completed the platforming challenge. Fanfare played and fireworks went off behind me in a celebration of my victory. New high score! With that, I was sent back to the arcade. Everything was the same as it was, but the arcade machine had dispensed a map. This must be a clue to the next relic. I better check it out. I made my way through the arcade, following the directions on my new map. On days 73 to 75, I was following my new clue as I left the arcade behind and headed to the main area of the circus. To my surprise, I saw my friends Chad and Max running up to me. What are you guys doing here?
We were looking for you. Your mum's condition is getting worse. She doesn't have much time left.
You mean you just left her?
I mean, listen, we didn't want to, but when she heard there was only 1 relic left, she insisted on sending the both of us to help you find it. Besides, we have a better chance if we find it together.
That's right, we can handle ourselves in a fight.
Suddenly, a fudge monster dropped in before us.
Must consume candy.
Look out! The monster attacked my friends and I. It began focusing its attacks on Max and Chad, but I defended them with my attacks. It's too dangerous for you two to be here. I'll find the last 2 relics and heal Mom as fast as I can. My friends ran off and I clashed with the fudge monster again. I used everything I had to defeat the beast, but my strength was not enough to take him down. The beast was enraged and charged towards me. I had no choice but to use my last resort. Take this! I threw dynamite at the creature, blasting a hole in the ground. The creature fell through it, but so did I. On days 76 to 79, I landed in a new area. Fortunately, I had managed to survive the fall. Looking around, I discovered the 5th relic waiting for me. However, I was not the only one who had fallen in and survived.
Must consume sweet candy.
The Fudge monster came for me again and landed a heavy blow. I knew I couldn't beat him by myself. The relic was my best bet. I sprinted as fast as I could down the hallway in hopes of getting the relic before he could catch me. Luckily, I managed to grab it, gaining 5 hearts and new powers. Alright, tough stuff, time for round 2. I called upon my new bubblegum bullets, firing multiple sticky rounds at the Fudge monster and slowing it down. It tried to charge towards me, but thanks to my new powers, I was able to fend him off. Let's end this! I closed in on the Fudge monster and dealt a clean killing blow, defeating it for good. I have to check on Max and Chad and make sure they're okay. Suddenly, the Fudge appeared behind me.
Don't you worry about that.
He then used his overwhelming strength to strike me, and soon everything went dark. On days 80 to 83, I awoke in a very chocolatey part of the Candy Canyon. There, the Fudge was looming over me, and I realized I was in a cage with my friends and the circus members.
You will all soon see what happens when you try to deny me the candy I deserve.
The Fudge left, and I was alone with everyone in the cage.
Gummigoo! You're okay.
What are you guys doing here?
The Fudge has taken over the circus and captured everyone. We were hoping Kane would come save us eventually.
How long have you all been here?
Days, now that you actually care or anything.
Are you still mad about the execution thing?
What gave it away, huh?
I can't stay here for days. My mom's condition is getting worse. I'm sorry, Max and Chad. If you guys hadn't come after me, you wouldn't be in this position.
Hey, don't talk like that, boss. We'll help you out of this one.
It's right. Quit feeling sorry for yourself. We've never abandoned you before, and we won't start now.
Thanks, guys. Let's find a way to break out of here. On days 84 to 86, I was trying to chip away at the cage my friends and I were locked in. I chucked dynamite at it to try and break it open, but nothing seemed to make a dent in it.
Step aside. Let me give it a go.
Chad then stepped up trying to smack the cage, but his efforts didn't make a difference either.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
Me and the other circus members want to get out of here too. Maybe something we have could help break us out.
It's worth a shot.
Everyone, empty your pockets.
The group then dropped everything they had in a pile for us to examine. Pomni and I then looked through the pile of junk in hopes of finding something useful to use.
This could work.
Pomni then picked up the hammer from the pile and then tried smashing the cage walls with it. After a few attempts, it was clear that it wasn't gonna work. Dang it! Is that everything we have?
Everything except something from Jax.
You expect me to help this guy? Clearly I made my hatred for him too subtle.
Oh, come on! We're gonna get turned to fudge food here!
Jax, can you stop being a jerk for 1 second? If we don't get out of here, you'll never get to witness another execution again.
Okay, you make a compelling argument. Fine, stand back.
She cleared the way for Jax, and he took out a giant bowling ball, placing it on the ground and rolling it into the side of the cage at full force. It was enough to shatter the walls of the cage. It worked! I stepped out and heard alarms going off in the area. While we were free, I knew more trouble was on the way. On days 87 to 89, a swarm of Fudge minions charged into the area to stop us. I fought them off using my gummy abilities as my friends and the members of the Digital Circus provided backup. Jax rolled his bowling ball through the army of Fudge monsters while Pomni used her circus magic and hammer. One by one, I was able to knock multiple Fudge goons down. And with the help of my friends, we were able to stand up to the Fudge's forces. Keep it up, we're almost out of here.
Not so fast.
Suddenly, a Fudge monster managed to sneak up on me. I tried to fight him off, but he had caught me by surprise and his bite attacks were dealing heavy damage to me.
None will escape our hunger.
Just then, Princess Lulilalu ran in out of nowhere to help me.
Sorry, I think you've had plenty.
She then hit him with a sugar blast attack, killing it instantly. Thanks to the help of my friends, all of the mini Fudge goons have been eliminated and we won the battle. Thanks, Princess. You really saved me there.
It's not over yet. There's one more getting away. Look!
I looked over and noticed that there was one stray Fudge minion we had missed and he was running away.
The Fudge will hear about this.
Oh no, he won't! I chased after him, but as I turned a corner, I accidentally fell into a bottomless pit made by the Fudge. Ah! On days 90 to 92, I landed at the bottom of the pit to find myself in a dark void. I don't think I'm in the circus anymore. I explored the strange realm of nothingness, unsure of which way to go or what I was meant to be looking for. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw a figure pass by. Hey, wait! Come back! I chased after them, and eventually my chase led to the final candy relic. The figure stepped forward, and I was shocked as it was revealed to be my dad. Dad? Is that you?
I'm a memory of your dad, but I still carry all of his same emotions. I'm so proud of how far you've come.
But Mom is still sick. What if I fail? What if she dies because I can't save her?
With the power of the candy relics, anything is possible. I know you can finish your quest and save your mother. I love you, son.
Before my eyes, my dad vanished into thin air, leaving me feeling emotional. Knowing I had to move quickly, I grabbed the final relic. I gained 5 hearts and new powers. With all the relics now in my possession, I had become a main character. Watch out, Digital Circus! A new main character has arrived! Suddenly, the ground began to tremble, and I knew in my heart that something was horribly wrong. Just then, an abstracted entity smashed through the wall before me. On days 93 to 95, I was face to face with the abstracted entity. Just looking at it made a chill run down my spine. I knew that whatever this entity was, it was bad news. I gotta get out of here. I ran from the entity, but it didn't pursue. All it did was stand in place and watch me ominously. Despite this, wherever I ran, the entity was waiting for me there, perfectly still.
Join us, Gummigoo.
What are you?
We are the abstraction, and now that you are a main character, we will consume you next.
Without it even touching me, I began to take damage. I tried to run, but the abstracted world shifted around me, doing more unseen damage, and soon I was at low health. I thought I was surely gonna die, but just as I was about to give up, I spotted a portal a short distance away. If I don't take this chance, I'm as good as dead. I ran for the portal and escaped through it, unsure where it would take me, but knowing that it was my only choice. On days 96 to 98, I arrived on the other side of the door and found myself back in the Candy Canyon. Kane, the other circus members, and my friends were waiting for me.
Gummigoo! So glad to see you're not a horrifying, grotesque blob made entirely of eyes.
Thanks? Were you the one who made that door?
That's right! I had a feeling you might be stuck in the void. Good to see it worked. Last guy who went through a door I made became a horrifyingly grotesque blob.
Okay. I get the picture. Look, I got all 6 candy relics. I'm a main character now, and I think it's time we stop the Fudge for good and save my mom.
That's the spirit.
But I'm not sure I can do it alone. I looked around at everyone. They all went quiet. I began to lose hope until Pomni spoke up.
I'll help.
Me too.
You can count on me, mate.
One after another, everyone spoke up and declared that they would help me stop the Fudge. All except Jax. Everyone turned to look at him expectantly.
Well, I suppose being eaten by the Fudge would stink. If I were eaten by any candy, it'd be a gummy bear. I'll help too.
The rest of the circus members cheered as Jax agreed to help. I officially had everyone on my side. Next stop, the Candy Canyon Kingdom. On day 99, we arrived at the Candy Canyon Kingdom to find the place in shambles. There were Fudge minions everywhere. All right, everyone, let's reclaim the kingdom. Hollis won, my friends, the circus members, and I charged in for the final battle. We were met head-on by swarms of Fudge guards. The ruined kingdom became our battlefield as we clashed with the monsters. I called upon all the powers I'd gained over the course of my journey to cut down as many of them as I could. Around me, my friends and the circus members did the same, hitting the Fudge guards with everything they had and killing many of them. Thanks to everyone's help, it looked like we were gonna be victorious after all. Suddenly, I felt the battlefield shake beneath my feet and looked up to hear an explosion going off in the distance. What was that?
Sounds like it came from the direction of the donut fields.
Oh no, that's where Mom is!
You gotta go and make sure she's okay.
But I can't leave you guys! The Fudge minions began to close in on me when Pomni suddenly ran in and took them out.
Your mom needs you, Gummigoo. Go!
Stay strong, everyone! We can win this! I left my friends and the circus members to hold off the Fudge's forces while I ran to save my mom. On day 100, I arrived back at the donut fields to find my mom captured by the Fudge. If I didn't defeat the Fudge fast enough, she was gonna die. Let my mom go!
Never! I set off to eat everyone, and that includes this yummy gummy I've captured.
Then I'll just have to stop you by force. I rush into battle, prepared to end this once and for all. I used my bubblegum shots on the massive monster. His body was so large that it seemed to absorb most of what I threw at him. He fought back with his own fudge ball attacks, and I felt them cut into me deeply.
Not good enough. I think it's time for a snack.
Fueled by his hunger, he set his eyes on my dying mother and reached over towards her. You keep your hands off of her! Now full of rage and determination, I lunged for the fudge and threw out a stick of dynamite. The explosion knocked him away from my mother and did significant damage.
No! Now you made me angry!
He unleashed a deadly fudge tentacle attack, pulling me down and trapping me, but nothing was gonna stop me from protecting my mother. I used all my strength to escape the tentacle's grasp and got in close for the kill. This is for my people! I struck down the fudge, finally killing him. I turned to find my mom running towards me. She was finally back to good health.
You saved me, my son. Thank you.
Mom, you're okay! With the fudge defeated and my mother's health restored, everything was right in the world again.